When we think of the most infamous maritime disaster in history, the sinking of the Titanic is often the first that comes to mind. But what if I told you there was another ship, nearly identical to the Titanic, that sailed just 1 year before the doomed liner, carrying its own dark secrets? This is the forgotten story of the Titanic's twin, the RMS Olympic, and how one disaster overshadowed another. In the early 1900s, the White Star Line set out to build the largest and most luxurious ships the world had ever seen, the Olympic-class liners. This ambitious project was driven by the fierce competition between the White Star Line and its rivals, such as the Cunard Line, which had recently launched the Lusitania and Mauretania. The White Star Line aimed to surpass these ships not just in size, but in luxury and comfort, setting a new standard for transatlantic travel. These included the RMS Olympic, RMS Titanic, and RMS Britannic. Each ship was designed to be a marvel of engineering and opulence, featuring state-of-the-art technology and lavish interiors. The construction of these ships was a monumental task, involving thousands of workers and taking several years to complete. The shipyard buzzed with activity as steel plates were riveted together and the massive hulls began to take shape. The Olympic was the first of the trio, launched in 1910, and she quickly became the pride of the White Star Line. Her launch was a grand event, attended by dignitaries and ship enthusiasts alike. The ship's maiden voyage was a resounding success, and she was celebrated for her speed, stability, and luxurious accommodations. Passengers marveled at the grand staircase, the elegant dining rooms, and the comfortable staterooms, which were designed to rival the finest hotels of the time. Measuring nearly 883 feet and boasting the same grandeur as the Titanic, the Olympic was virtually a mirror image of her ill-fated sister. Both ships featured similar layouts and amenities, including swimming pools, Turkish baths, and opulent dining saloons. The attention to detail in the design and decoration of these ships was unparalleled, with craftsmen creating intricate woodwork, stained glass windows, and luxurious furnishings. But while the Titanic met her tragic end on her maiden voyage, the Olympic story is far less known. The Olympic continued to serve for many years, earning the nickname Old Reliable for her steadfast performance. She played a significant role during World War I, serving as a troop transport and hospital ship. Despite facing numerous challenges, including collisions and wartime dangers, the Olympic remained a symbol of resilience and strength. Her legacy, though overshadowed by the tragedy of the Titanic, is a testament to the ingenuity and determination of the early 20th century shipbuilders. Just a year before the Titanic set sail, a lesser-known but equally significant event took place. The RMS Olympic, a sister ship to the Titanic, was involved in a catastrophic event that would eerily foreshadow the disaster to come. This incident, known as the Hawke incident, sent shockwaves through the maritime community and raised questions about the safety of these massive ocean liners. On September 20th, 1911, the Olympic collided with the British warship HMS Hawke near the Isle of Wight. The collision was sudden and violent, causing panic among the crew and passengers. The impact tore a massive hole in the Olympic side, compromising its structural integrity. The damage was extensive, and for a moment it seemed like the ship might suffer the same fate that awaited the Titanic just a year later. The Olympic began to list, taking on water rapidly. The crew worked tirelessly to stabilize the vessel, fearing the worst. But this story didn't end in tragedy, at least not in the way you'd expect. Thanks to the quick actions of the crew and the sturdiness of the ship's design, the Olympic was able to stay afloat long enough to be towed back to port. The ship underwent extensive repairs and was eventually returned to service. This incident led to significant improvements in maritime safety and ship design, lessons that would be crucial in the years to come. The Hawke incident serves as a stark reminder of the perils of early 20th century sea travel and the importance of continuous improvement in safety standards. It also foreshadowed the tragic fate of the Titanic, highlighting the vulnerabilities of even the most advanced ships of the time. While the Olympic story continued, the lessons learned from the Hawke incident would resonate throughout maritime history, influencing shipbuilding and safety protocols for generations to come. The legacy of the Hawke incident is a testament to human resilience and the relentless pursuit of safer seas. It reminds us that every disaster, no matter how dire, carries with it the seeds of progress and improvement. And so, the Hawke incident remains a pivotal chapter in the annals of maritime history, a precursor to the Titanic disaster, and a catalyst for change in the world of ocean travel. The collision led to a legal battle between the White Star Line and the British Admiralty, a clash that would become one of the most talked about maritime legal disputes of the early 20th century. The courtroom was filled with tension as both sides presented their arguments, each trying to prove their case with fervour and determination. The Olympic's captain and crew were thrust into the spotlight, facing intense scrutiny and blame for the incident. The ship, a marvel of its time, was quickly sent to the shipyard for repairs. Workers toiled day and night to restore the vessel to its former glory, but the scars of the collision ran deeper than the hull. The damage wasn't just physical, it was reputational. As the ship was being repaired, rumours began to swirl in the streets and in the press. Sensational headlines filled the newspapers and whispers of scandal spread like wildfire. People speculated about the true cause of the collision and the integrity of the White Star Line. Among the most outlandish of these rumours was the suggestion that the Olympic was secretly swapped with its sister ship, the Titanic, after the collision. This theory posited that the White Star Line, facing financial difficulties, orchestrated the switch to save their flagship from ruin. The idea captured the public's imagination, adding a layer of intrigue to an already dramatic story. The financial strain on the White Star Line was no secret. Documents from the era reveal a company struggling to stay afloat, with mounting debts and fierce competition. The notion of a ship swap, while far-fetched, seemed plausible to some as a desperate measure to avoid financial disaster. Over the years, historians and maritime experts have thoroughly examined the Olympic switch theory. Through meticulous research and analysis, they have debunked the myth, providing evidence that the ships were never swapped. Yet the story persists, a testament to the enduring allure of maritime mysteries and the human penchant for conspiracy. The Olympic story, shrouded in controversy and speculation, continues to captivate. While the Olympic switch theory has largely been debunked, it still adds an air of mystery to the Olympics' legacy. The ship sails through history not just as a vessel of steel and steam, but as a symbol of the enigmatic and the unknown, forever casting a shadow of controversy on the annals of maritime lore. After the Titanic sank on April 15, 1912, the RMS Olympic was among the ships called to assist in the rescue efforts. However, by the time she arrived, it was too late. The Olympic's crew was devastated, knowing that their sister ship had sunk just months after their own brush with disaster. The connection between the two ships, so strikingly similar in appearance, only deepened the sense of loss. The RMS Olympic went on to serve during World War I, earning the nickname Old Reliable for her service as a troop ship. But like all great ships, her time eventually came to an end. In 1935, after nearly 25 years of service, the Olympic was retired and scrapped, her parts sold off to collectors. Today, she remains a ghost in the shadow of the Titanic's tragedy, a reminder of how history often remembers one story while forgetting another. The Titanic may be the name we all remember, but the Olympic carried with her the weight of that legacy. A ship nearly identical in every way, but destined for a different fate. Sometimes history is not just about the events we know, but the ones we forget. The sinking of the Titanic sent shockwaves around the world, changing maritime regulations forever. The Olympic, often called the Old Reliable, continued to serve with distinction through World War I and beyond. It carried thousands of troops and played a crucial role in the war effort. However, the shadow of its sister ship's tragic end always loomed large. After decades of service, the Olympic was retired and scrapped in 1935, yet its legacy endures. The lessons learned from both ships prompted advances in safety that have saved countless lives at sea. Today, the Olympic-class liners stand as a testament to human ingenuity and the relentless pursuit of progress, despite the tragedies that may occur along the way. As we look back, we remember not just the Titanic, but the Olympic as well. Two ships bound by history, forever altering the course of maritime travel. The catastrophic sinking of the Titanic in 1912 didn't just leave an emotional scar, it reshaped maritime laws forever. One of the most significant changes was the creation of the International Convention for the Safety of Life at Sea, or SOLAS, in 1914. This treaty mandated lifeboats for all passengers, regular life-saving drills and round-the-clock radio watches, Pause 2S. Furthermore, it spurred advancements in iceberg detection, including the establishment of the International Ice Patrol. This organization still operates today, monitoring iceberg dangers in the North Atlantic. The Titanic tragedy also led to the development of more stringent ship design standards, ensuring ships were built with enhanced safety features. These laws have undoubtedly saved countless lives, turning a dark chapter in maritime history into a beacon of progress and safety. As we sail into the future, the lessons learned from the Titanic continue to guide and protect us, ensuring safer seas for all. Amid the chaos and tragedy of the Titanic disaster, there were stories of resilience, courage, and incredible survival. Survivors like Molly Brown, who tirelessly helped others into lifeboats, became legends in their own right. Then there was Charles Lightoller, the ship's second officer, who not only survived, but also helped save many lives by organizing lifeboat evacuations. And let's not forget the story of the 8-man band, who played music to calm passengers even as the ship sank beneath them. These harrowing and heroic tales remind us of the human spirit's capacity to endure and inspire, even in the darkest of times. Through their stories, the legacy of the Titanic lives on, teaching us lessons of bravery, compassion, and the will to survive. Decades after the Titanic sank, the world remained captivated by its tragic story. In 1985, a joint American-French expedition led by Dr. Robert Ballard finally located the Titanic's wreck, lying over 12,000 feet below the surface of the North Atlantic. Using cutting-edge technology, including deep-sea submersibles and remote-controlled cameras, the team captured the first haunting images of the ship's remains. The discovery was a monumental moment in maritime history, providing invaluable insights into the ship's final moments and the sheer scale of the disaster. But it also raised ethical questions about the treatment of the site, which many consider a maritime grave. The search for the wreck not only uncovered physical remnants, but also reignited the world's fascination with the Titanic, ensuring its story would continue to be told for generations to come. After the initial discovery of the Titanic's wreck in 1985, modern-day explorations have continued to push the boundaries of underwater archaeology. Advanced technologies such as high-definition imaging and 3D mapping have allowed researchers to document the wreck in unprecedented detail. These efforts have not only provided a clearer picture of the ship's condition, but have also uncovered new artifacts, offering fresh insights into the lives of those on board. Expeditions have faced numerous challenges, from the harsh conditions of the deep sea to the ethical considerations of disturbing a maritime grave. Yet, each journey to the Titanic's resting place reminds us of the enduring legacy of this tragic voyage and the ongoing quest to learn from history. As technology continues to evolve, so too will our understanding of the Titanic, ensuring that its story remains a poignant chapter in maritime history. The Titanic disaster has left an indelible mark on popular culture. From books and documentaries to blockbuster films, the story of the Titanic has been retold countless times, captivating audiences around the world. The ship's tragic end has inspired a wealth of artistic expressions, each interpretation adding new layers to the narrative. Museums dedicated to the Titanic offer immersive experiences, bringing visitors closer to the ship's history and the people who sailed on her. The Titanic's legacy endures not just as a maritime disaster, but as a symbol of human ambition, hubris, and resilience. As we continue to remember and commemorate the Titanic, we honor the memory of those who were lost and the lessons learned from this monumental tragedy. As we bring our journey through the history of the Titanic to a close, we are reminded of the profound impact this tragedy has had on the world. The story of the Titanic is not just a tale of a ship, but a reflection of the human spirit, its triumphs and its failures, the bravery of the passengers and crew, the heartbreak of their loss, and the enduring mystery of the ship's final moments continue to resonate with us today. Through the lessons learned, maritime safety has been forever changed, ensuring that such a catastrophe will never happen again. The Titanic's legacy lives on, not only in the annals of history, but in the hearts of those who remember. Let us reflect on the stories we've uncovered and honor the memory of all who were aboard the Titanic. Their stories remind us of the fragility of life and the enduring strength of the human spirit. Thank you for joining us on this voyage. Until next time, stay curious and keep exploring the depths of history.